As India's mammoth election approached its final stages, opposition leader Rahul Gandhi took aim at the Prime Minister after casting his ballot in the capital.
It was a very good fight. Narendra Modi used hatred. We used love. It seems that love is going to win.
Gandhi and his family have been the target of sharp attacks by Prime Minister Modi. Last week, he said Gandhi's father, who was assassinated after serving as Prime Minister, had been India's most corrupt man. In turn, Gandhi blasted Modi for alleged corruption and accused him of ignoring the problems facing the country's rural population. Modi has sought to deflect that criticism by talking tough on national security. And in Delhi, there were signs of support for the Prime Minister.
I think quite satisfactory. There is always, with the multitude problem that India faces, not easy, but we need to go a long way. And I think we need to do a lot. And we are on our way. I have full hope in democracy.
We need the right person to get down to work. Today, even after so many years, there's no running water in many villages. Modi's done a lot, but there's still a lot more to do.
The final phase of the election takes place next Sunday, with the votes tallied on May 23rd.
For more on this mammoth election, I'm joined now by our correspondent, Nimisha Jaiswal in Delhi. Nimisha, polls have closed now in the sixth election phase. How did the day go?
Well, Nicole, polling today in the sixth phase was largely peaceful. 90% of the country has by now voted. 56 seats were being decided, and close to 1,000 candidates were in the running just for these 56 seats. Now, polling all across the country, like I said, was largely peaceful, but in the state of West Bengal, there have been reports of violence. Of course, there are massive security deployments all across the country. 60,000 security personnel were manning New Delhi alone. And now we have one phase to go, including the voting in the crucial seat of Varanasi, which Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be fighting himself. And in another 11 days, we will know who the next Prime Minister of the country will be.
This election is seen very much as a referendum on Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He's a very controversial leader. How will he do?
Well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is definitely controversial. His critics have alleged that he has actually divided the country and supported the rising Hindu-nationalist rhetoric that we've seen all across, and that he has not delivered on his promises of promoting development. However, he's also seen as a unifying force for BJP supporters. He's still an icon, and people all across the country who may not like their BJP leaders have told reporters that we may not support our candidate, but our vote will go to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Now, analysts believe that it'll be very difficult for the ruling BJP to come back with as strong a mandate as it had in 2014, but there is still a belief that Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be able to claim a second term, however, at the head of a relatively weaker government, perhaps at the head of a coalition.
Today, we saw the main opposition candidate, Rahul Gandhi, cast his vote. How do Indians feel about him?
Well, Rahul Gandhi does not rally as much support as Prime Minister Narendra Modi does. I think that is pretty safe to say. However, he does head the Indian National Congress, the key opposition party, which has actually led the country for most of its years in independence. His father, his grandmother, his great-grandfather have all been prime ministers of the country. So supporters of the Gandhi family, of the Gandhi dynasty, definitely do have support for him. However, it's also important to note that this is not a simple battle between Rahul Gandhi of the Congress and Prime Minister Narendra Modi of the BJP. Regional parties are bound to play a very crucial role in this election and could well play kingmaker because they are increasingly strong. Before the current Narendra Modi government, for 30 years, India was ruled by coalitions, and many regional parties could play a role in selecting who the next Prime Minister will be by deciding who they will support, Prime Minister Narendra Modi for a second term or the challenger Rahul Gandhi.
Nimisha Jaiswal in Delhi, thank you very much.